Hello, my name is Andrew Samoli, and this is my code for my academic assistant for Gulliver students. It could be used for a GPA calculator, to look at the bell schedules, and to analyze SAT and ACT results. Okay, so first we start off with the header file iostream.h for input and output. And next I use the windows.h for the resizing of the windows and for controlling the window area and for displaying message boxes. I also included cmath for finding averages, and I included ctime for displaying the current time in the bell schedules, and I use cstdlib for the system functions. Okay. Yeah, I declared these functions globally here, and for the main I just have sets the color. It's just going to be blue as the background and white as the text, and displays the menu. Okay, for the menu, this first part right here is first clears it so that whenever you return to the menu it clears from the previous. So it first sizes the window, it sets the display area, it handles this because it handles the window, so you would use a handle function, and you use h out. So you set the display width, you integerize x and y for width and height. And so moving on, it displays the menu. Press 1 for the GPA, 2 for bell schedule, 3 for the SAT ACT analysis, and press 4 to quit. So if you choose 1, it will clear the screen and choose calc and so forth. For choice 4, I have it exit failure. That's using one of the system functions. I use that because I couldn't use return 0, since if I chose return 0 it returned to the previous function. So I had to come up with an immediate escape, and that was the best solution. And then else would be display this message box, which is which would be desktop, which is not using the C++ program, but using a window from Windows. So it would display that you please press 1, 2, or 3, and it would say invalid choice at the top. And it will display the menu again. Okay, so for the bell function, I first set time t and ctime to time 0, so that would display the current time. And I characterized day and the assembly so that you could press Y for yes and no for no. For no. So you send the assembly, you enter the assembly Y. If it's Y, then it will clear the screen and display the time for an assembly day. And I'll also set the width and height for this window. If it's no, then it will ask you what day of the week it is. And you put Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. And I also put capital or lowercase just in case. Okay, so if it's any of the days of the week except for Wednesday, it'll display this, which is the normal bell schedule. And if it's Wednesday, it will display this Wednesday schedule. And then at the end, it will ask you if you would like to use this program again, or would you like to return to the main menu. And obviously, if you chose something else, the window would pop up again and invalid entry. Okay, for the calc function, it resizes the window up here, and I made classes level an integer, and I doubled these because this would be the grade, your weighted grade input. The input is how many classes you've taken. Input is the grade that you enter. Double weighted sum is your weighted sum is set to 0, so that I can use it for the average. And this is also the unweighted sum. So let me continue. GPA Calculator, how many classes you take. You enter how many classes you take. Clears the screen. You enter your grade and once you enter your grade, you enter the level 0 equals CP, 1 is honors, 2 is AP IB. So while 1 equals 1, which is always, this will always run until I reach this if statement down below. I'll get to that later. So I'll display the class number 1. You input anything and it will correspond to this GPA scale. So, and if you enter anything above 100, it'll display please enter 1 through 100. And I put continue here. Continue will just continue from the last class that you entered so that you wouldn't have to restart the whole thing over again. So that if level equals 0, it's going to be CP. So the weighted grade will be the same as the grade that you entered. And if it's level 1, it will just add 1 to the GPA scale. And if it's AP or IB, you'll add a 2. So if the total is less than the classes minus 1, so when all your classes have been displayed, then it will display. First it will do the average, which is it will add up the numbers for the class number. This unweighted sum, this is a command that is usum is equal to grade plus usum. Usum is set to 0, so that it's just gonna keep adding the grade on, and at the end I'm gonna divide it by the total. So I doubled the answer so that you can get a very precise answer. So it'll display unweighted and weighted. And at the end, you could choose 1 to do it again or 2 to go back to the main menu. Okay, see, these are the tests for SAT and ACT. It'll ask if you took the ACT or SAT. If you chose one, it'll display each of these functions. So for ACT, I put AComp is your composition score for ACT. So if you entered it above a 36, it'll display the invalid score, and below 11 is also invalid score. So, and these are just, this whole thing right here is each ACT that corresponds with an SAT score. So it's congruent score. And it'll display the percent of students that scored lower than you. Okay. And anything less or is equal to will be 750. And it'll press 1 to do it again, press 2 to return to main menu. And for the SAT is pretty much the same thing. It'll ask you for your math score, your critical reading score, and your writing score. And obviously if you enter an invalid thing that's over 800, it'll say invalid score. And it'll display your composite score, which is just these added up. And here we go again with your SAT score will correspond with an ACT score. And it'll display the percentage of students that scored lower than you. All these possibilities. And at the end you press 1 to play again, or press 2 to return to the main menu. Okay, so let's...
Okay, it looks like you put a lot of thought into this,
Yeah.
Andrew. So let's compile it and see if we can go ahead and get this running.
I didn't use very advanced functions. I just wanted to make a program that would benefit people, and obviously I think
Which was the main objective of this assignment.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you can see that the window is resized to this display. So we'll start with the Gpa Calculator.
Do me a favor, if you resize the window, resize it at this point,
Yeah.
and close it, and see if that'll work now. Oh, it goes back to that size.
Yeah.
Okay.
And since I press 1, it will go to the one that I assign. It will be bigger so that I have more room for enter my classes. So let's say you take 8 classes. First class you get an 89, level 1, like a 90, 1, you get a 98, 0, you get a 78, 2, 87, 1, you get a 93, oh. Okay, yeah, let me just show you. If you entered something like that, it'll say, please enter a grade 1 through 100.
Pretty good.
And it'll go back to the same one, so 93. And it was the same thing for the level. If you entered something through that's not 0, 1, or 2, it'll say invalid level. Okay, so let's put 1, 70, oh, we'll put a 79, whoops, 79, 2, 89, 1, and 92, 2. Okay, oh, it's your unweighted GPA, your weighted GPA. Okay, you can press 1 to do it again. I'll just show you it goes back. Okay, and whoops. Okay, so the bell schedule asks you if there's assembly. There's no assembly today. Today is Thursday, so I can just put in that. Whoops. Wait. Let me go back here. Uh-oh.
Just like glitch. No, it's no big deal.
That's a pain in the ass. Okay, wait, here we go. Okay. Let's see that again. Let's see if we put in Monday. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this is the bell schedule for today. It also displays the current time. Yeah. And you could just like look at it, see that what period we're in. I think that's pretty useful because kids are always asking teachers how much time is left in the period, and that would just be easier.
Now, okay, go back to number 3.
Wait. To 3? Oh, we haven't done 3 yet. What you want to do? Okay.
Yeah.
So 3.
I took the SAT in high school.
Okay.
Okay, now I got a 770 on the math, and I got a 670 on the verbal. There was no writing score back then, but assuming there was, let's say that I got a 680.
Is this for real?
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
What college you go to?
Yeah, I did get a 33 on the ACT. I did get a 33 on the ACT.
It's pretty accurate.
Nice job.
Let's do it again.
Yeah.
You want to do the ACT?
Yeah.
33?
Yeah, 33.
Yeah, so
You're a genius.
What college?
Wait, you got higher than 97% of the students?
That's how I roll. Okay, very good, Samoli.
okay.
All right, questions and/or comments at this time. Alaz and then Michelle.
How'd you make that little text box pop up?
That's with Windows.h, but go ahead, Andrew.
Yeah, this is using Windows.h. HWin is using not, like I said, it's not using the C++. It uses like Windows that are separate, that are from a different source. So it uses a desktop, and then you could just press. This is for the text, and this is for the heading. So look, I'll show you. It's 5. So yeah, this is the title.
Isn't there supposed to be or form?
Yeah, you're right. Forward to quit.
Michelle, question?
Wait, I have 2 questions. Did you have to do a lot of research to get all the
Oh, yeah,
numbers?
yeah, I guess.
Okay. And second question, what if you take like early bird and then you have to do that class GPA thing? Do you have an early bird thing?
Oh, good question.
You would just put in 9 periods.
You just put an extra time. Yeah.
Now, I'll get to your question in a minute. My suggestion is students aren't necessarily interested in their GPA just for one isolated semester. They want they want to keep track, like a count, semester by semester. So there should be a way for you to kind of interact with a text file that'll store like their first semester grades and, you know, the level of difficulty of each class, like whether it's CP or honors or AP or IB, right?
Yeah, so like you want accumulated, like weighted.
A cumulative weighted GPA, a cumulative weighted, unweighted GPA, as opposed to just one particular year or semester, right?
Okay, I can do that.
Something, take that under consideration. Michael, question, comment?
No, that was my question. Like,
Oh.
if you wanted it for the whole year.
Right. Okay, any other questions or comments? Okay, very good, Andrew. Oh,